everybody, this is Fergus Reeve from the Keller Williams Welch Team, and today's Lingo lesson is going to be on appraisals. There is quite a lot of confusion about the role of the appraisal and what it means for you as the buyer or seller. Often an appraisal is confused with an inspection. An inspection is something that the buyer may or may not carry out, whereas an appraisal is always going to be in place, or almost always going to be in place, if there is a loan being taken out by the buyer as opposed to a cash purchase. So the appraisal, what happens is once you are under contract, the lender will send out an appraiser to value the property. The appraiser is independent and places a dollar value on the property you're buying, and that is the maximum amount that that lender is going to lend you in order to purchase the property. So if we have a house here for sale and you are under contract at $100,000, you have offered the seller $100,000 to buy this property. The bank, the lending institution, sends out an appraiser to value this property, and they say, yes, this is worth $100,000. Great. The bank is now going to loan you $100,000 and you can buy the property at the agreed price from the seller. If, however, this appraiser says, I'm sorry, sir, but this house is only worth $90,000 in our opinion. Well, now we have a little bit of an issue because you agreed to buy the house at $100,000, the bank's only going to lend you $90,000. So we have to come to an agreement between buyer and seller. At this point, we have three choices. The seller can either agree to reduce the price down to $90,000, the buyer can pay an additional $10,000 out of pocket. That's the difference between the $90,000 appraised value and the agreed purchase price. Or they can agree to meet somewhere in the middle. Or the fourth option that we just want to avoid at all costs is that the deal is dead because we can't reach an agreement. In addition, it's important to understand a lot of buyers and sellers get very frustrated with appraisers when the value doesn't meet what they expect. You have to realize that the appraiser is independent and they are there to protect both the buyer and the seller, but arguably primarily the buyer, to prevent a buyer overpaying for a property in any given market. So they are there to protect you. It can be frustrating, but they are there for you. That's the importance of the appraisal. In today's market that is very competitive, a lot of buyers are having to pay over appraised value for the house because the values have risen so sharply in the last 6 months to a year. As a buyer, you need to understand this, that you may be asked to pay cash at closing over the appraised value in order to buy your home. And as a seller, you need to understand that just because you've been given a really high, great offer, if the appraisal doesn't meet that offer price, will your buyer be able to pay the difference between appraised value and offer price? You have to be careful to find a balance here for both buyer and seller. No point handing out great offers that the loan won't approve for. Anyway, that's the basics of an appraisal. If you want any more information or more in-depth discussion about what an appraisal means for you as a buyer or seller, please feel free to give me a call. Again, I'm Fergus Reeve from the Keller Williams Welch Team, and my number is 904-707-9347, or you can contact any of my team members. You'll find them online at welchteam.com. Many thanks, folks. Best of luck to you, and I hope we speak again soon. Take care. Bye.